So hi, this is America's Front Porch, and we're on the road today. We're here in beautiful Westminster, Massachusetts. We're talking with John and Kathy Williams, and we're here to talk about John's artistry in his wood carvings and some of his, I call it marquetry, but John, you call it what? Inlay work. Now show us your violin tailpieces to show us what you've done on those, John.
I don't know, can you see it?
Yeah, can you see it from there, from the camera? Hold it up, yeah.
Should put something under it.
Yeah.
To hold it up.
Well, it's all right. Just pick one up and show us the work.
The reason that you don't see a lot of this kind of stuff is because it's on curved surfaces, and shell doesn't bend, or abalone or anything like that. So the guys try to avoid that.
So they don't usually decorate that part.
Just because they don't want to have to plan it. You know, you got to do a lot of planning to get it in.
Wow. What kind of time do you think you have involved in inlaying one of those?
I don't have any idea.
No idea.
I used to write it all down and everything, but I don't have that kind of stuff.
It just takes patience, I suppose, huh?
Yeah.
Patience.
My psychiatrist said I made a good patient.
I know he's done some inlay work on mandolins, and actually this is one of the mandolins that he built, and you can almost see how intricate the patterns are that he's inlaid this particular mandolin with, and he's done some other really neat things, crafting birds, and he's got several accolades too that he's received from the Audubon Society for his skills at copying birds. I mean, it must take a phenomenal amount of patience to be able to make something like this.
Well, I started to make this thing, and I was trying to get the best sound that I could get out of it, and I didn't have half of this stuff on the face on there, and somehow way along the line I used the wrong kind of glue or something, and it's caved in the back here, and I had to take it apart, and then I poked holes in it, and I destroyed it, and so I put little inlays in the places where I had marks that I didn't like.
Is that how you learned how to do the inlay work? I mean, how did you know? You know, it's.
Oh well, who knows how I knew?
Yeah. Who knows how do you know? I mean, what did you do? Just trial and error? You thought, hey, I think I can do this.
Well, I figured. If anybody else can do it, I can do it.
Tell us a little bit more about your marquetry. Is that what you called marquetry when you when you do this kind of decorations on musical instruments?
It's similar to marquetry is with wood, and this is with pearl and abalone.
Pearl. What's pearl? You know,
mother of pearl clam shells.
Oh, from shells?
Yeah, shells.
Okay.
And abalone is from abalone shell, and they get really big. And they used to cut up all the shell stuff, and they used to use it in the drug trade because it was so expensive.
Oh, really?
So.
And they'd use it just for this purpose, for decorating different items?
Use it for decorating, but they would sell it in a crude form, you know, and the guys that were just going to do all the fancy work.
Now, when it comes to your art, is this where you started decorating musical instruments and building musical instruments, or did you start, you know, making the birds and things that you showed me recently?
Oh, the birds were first.
The birds were first. Okay.
Yeah, and it was only because of my kid. He was sitting around moping and he wanted something to do. Yeah. And I told him, well, why don't you go carve a duck or something? Oh. And so. He did that, and I helped him, and then he quit, and I kept on doing it.
And how many years you figure, when did you start?
I don't know, in the 80s.
Back in the 80s?
Was it in the 80s, Kathy?
The end of the 80s, 89.
89 or so.
Now, you did that just to spend time instead of watching the tube or whatever? You enjoyed crafting these birds?
I did.
So you think we could bring out one of your birds and you could show us some of your work that you've done on these birds? I mean, look at this thing.
Now, this thing here was...
It's unbelievable. You want to put it over here, or should we put it on the table?
Put it where you can see it.
All right. All right, now tell us about your bird. Tell us how you made this beauty.
Well, this here was... this actually was 2 chickadees. And the branch came out like this. And when I was working on it, I was working on it to see how fast I could make one of those, just so I could get an idea what the time would be. And I had a poodle pointer dog, smartest dog I ever had. and he would sit there and he'd watch me do that. And one day I got up and I went into the bathroom, and I came back out and I had two birds there at once. One was on this side and the other one was right here, just like that is now. And the one that was over there was gone.
Oh, geez.
And I looked, and the dog had sitting there like this, and he had some wood pieces hanging out of his mouth. So anyway, he had chewed it up, and the only thing that was this thing at the head, and I didn't want to throw it away. It was a project just in itself. So I put the head inside of theirs just so I wouldn't lose everything.
Now the bird itself. Now is the body carved, or what's the makeup of it?
When they make these things, anybody that does wings out, which is very seldom do you see that,
Yeah.
you have to cut it so that the grain doesn't fall apart when you make it all the lines and stuff for the feathers and everything. Otherwise, it'll just break.
What kind of wood is that made out of?
That's made out of what the heck is it? I forgot.
No, that's fine.
Is it pine? Pine?
Like hard pine or something?
Yes, it's the worst kind of material to use is pine.
So you've used a lot of different kinds of woods in your craft?
Yeah.
Wow, it's just beautiful, and to be in the presence of it, you know, when you see the way you put those feathers in there and everything, it just looks so real. This bird looks like it's alive, you know. That's it. When I first saw it, it kind of struck me, you know. Now here's another great example right here.
Now this thing,
Move this one over maybe, or
put that over there, and
all right, here we go. We can play.
like chess.
There you go. Look at that. Now, what kind of bird is that?
That's a blue-throated hummingbird, and it's the largest hummingbird that nests in the United States from South America. And these are Peruvian lilies, and everything is to scale, because these wildlife art contests that I used to go into were really sticklers, like all the feathers on the birds are counted.
Oh, wow.
You know, like there's a certain number of tail feathers, a certain number of primaries, and a certain number of secondaries, and so on. And so that's all of these things are to scale.
Wow. Now this is again you carved the body, and then are the wings wood also? You
Yeah,
said?
Everything's wood.
Wow,
There's nothing.
wow.
The only thing that's not wood on this one is the eyeballs.
Wow. Even the leaves of the petals
everything's
and everything,
wood.
you made all that?
Yeah. Well, I made those because, and I make them so that they're removable, because people would go touch them. And what I'm doing right now is, I just put them back in there when they knock them out.
And you had said that you actually even made the vase here.
Yeah, I'd rather have them knocked out and onto the table rather than broken.
Sure. All right, now let's go to the next item, if you don't mind. We could have a look at your. Do you have a name for this fella?
Ralph.
Ralph the squirrel.
I never put any names on any of these things.
Oh, but I did.
Oh, Kathy, what did
What?
you call him?
That's what's up.
What's up? What's up?
Oh, yeah,
What's
we
up?
had names for all of these because of the art shows.
Oh, okay.
In fact, show them that poster, Kath. When I would go to a show, as soon as they would see this one, they would say, well, can we take pictures of this before the show so we can put the posters out, advertise the show? And
Where do they have shows like this for this kind of work?
all over the place,
Really?
all over the country.
Is it a society or? Thanks, So this is your guy right here.
Yeah. This one happened to be the Eastern States
Yeah,
exhibition there.
yeah.
Okay.
Down in Springfield at the Big E.
Oh. See, I haven't gone to the Big E in a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not like.
All I ever see there was that gigantic pumpkin. That's usually what I go there for. You don't grow giant pumpkins, do you, John?
I used to.
You did. Here you go, Kath. Thank you. Okay. Do you want to show anything else? You have a favorite of these that you might want to?
No, well, the one in the glass case there, you got the National Academic Artists Association.
Oh wow!
First place for that.
Can we insert a picture of that, John? Great.
It's the fox.
Yeah, and the other one there was the Northern Central.
No, it was at.
I forgot the name. I forgot the names of all of these.
Yeah. Well,
It's been a long time,
been a while. How long have you been carving?
since the 80s.
Since the 80s, so it's quite a while.
Well, actually, since the kids were little.
Yeah.
I used to carve them kangaroos and elephants and all this stuff. And
How did you know you could carve like that? I mean, you just took up a knife and started cutting into a piece
yeah,
of
well, I
wood?
said, well, this piece of wood doesn't belong there. Cut it off. Pretty soon I get down to where it starts looking like
Like a toothpick.
big block of right down to nothing.
Thanks a lot for being.
So
See you next show.
It's been good to know you. So long. It's been good to know you. So long. It's been good to know you. But along the summer you wanted me home. And I gotta keep from.
Did you have fun? With the words.
Well, the dust storm hit and it hit like thunder. Covered us over and covered us under. Blocked all the traffic and blocked out the sun. Straight for home all of the people did run, saying slow.